Hi again. In Blender you usually have more than one way of doing anything, and now I'm going to show you how you can make this liquid soap bottle from 4 different starting points using 4 different tools. First you get your Blender window and you lose the cube because you don't need that for anything, and then you take your front view, make it orthographic. Add a circle, and as you can see it's right here horizontally on the origo of the whole thing. Then you can add it a second time so that you get a reference point. If you click on Align to View, it will be rotated sideways so you can see it, so you can move that over there. Select the other one, tab into Edit Mode, and then extrude along the Z-axis, like so. This is the vertical part. And then extrude again along the Z, left click, scale, and scale until you can see that the vertices are on the curve. Extrude Z again, scale until you are on the curve, extrude Z, scale, extrude Z, scale, like so. If you go too far up, you can pull the last string down a bit, and then one more, extrude Z, scale, and pull it down. So this is your first bottle. It looks quite a lot like the other one. Now you can lose the other circle, but you don't need that for anything, like that. This is the first one. Now we'll do the same again, but this time we will start from a sphere and a cylinder. Now in this case you don't have to be in that view, but you can add your cylinder first. Shift A, add a cylinder, and then Shift A, add a sphere. It's inside the other one, but you can move it away from that because you will need it like that. Now you need to lose the top of this thing, which is of course the easiest to do if you just merely select the vertex right here and then delete the vertices. Now it's no longer capped, it's empty. Go and tab into Edit Mode with the sphere. Make sure that you can see all the vertices and use the B key to get the lower half of the vertices taken away. Pull it close to this one, and as you can see, this one has 32 sides and this one has 32 sides, so it's going to be easy to bridge these two. Just select them both, hit Ctrl J to make them into one object. Now you can tab into the edit mode, and using Alt right click and Alt Shift right click, select the edge loops around the ends. And then in your mesh tools you have the add-in loop tools, which will have the bridge tool, which will just join these two pieces together. And now you can go back to vertex mode and delete the top vertex so that you get a little opening on the top. And if you want to go back to this one and make the opening on the top a bit bigger, it's easy enough. Just tab into edit mode and scale the top circle out and put it down a bit like so. Now this was the second one. The third one I'll just move both of these away to the side. The third one will be made from a curve that I will spin around the Z-axis. So I need to go back to the front view, add a cylinder, add a circle, align it to the view, move it up here, tab into edit mode and lose 3/4 of the vertices, because all you want to have is the form on the top of the bottle. You can then take this last vertex here and extrude it down the z-axis down to the grid, and then extrude it along the x-axis to be here on the grid. If you want to make sure you are on the grid, you can snap selection to grid and do the same thing here, snap selection to grid. Now you have all you need to be able to spin. We will toggle into edit mode, select everything, and then use spin, which is here in your add tools. It looks really weird first because the spin tool always fools around with the axis here. You want to have the axis as 0 and 0 and 1, and then this will make it look nice. And you also want to have the center as 0, 0, 0, so that it spins around the 0 z axis here. And when you add the degrees to your spin, you will see that it works nicely. And you may also want to add some steps to it, like that same 32 steps. And when you hit 3, 6, 0 here in the degrees, you have essentially the same mesh as you have on the left hand side there. And to open the top again, just delete the top vertex, which is right here at the very top of the whole thing. Actually, here you need to use the circle and delete. There's a bunch of vertices there. You may actually want to do this. You may want to select the whole mesh, and then you may want to say remove doubles. Check out here what happens on the top. When I say remove doubles, it says it removed 73 vertices. And now there's only one at the top, so you can say delete vertices and you have the same opening on the top as with the other one. And the last one, I want to make from subsurfing a cylinder. I will add another cylinder. First I'll snap to center so that I get the cylinder down there. Shift A, mesh, cylinder, and I will make it as tall as the other ones by using this tool here, somewhere like that. And it has to have the same number of vertices as the other ones. Then I will go to my modifiers, add modifier subdivision surface, and when I apply that, it looks quite weird. But that's fine because I don't have any loop rings in here yet. So I will go to my edit tools, loop cut and slide, and I will add just a few of those, like so. And now when I move my rings, loop rings, first of all I can do the bottom really nicely, and then I'll just take all of these loop rings one at a time and scale them down. This is the first one, the second one, this one I'll take up and then put in like so. Oops. And then move it up, and this will enable me to get really nicely and corresponding to the actual form of the thing. Sometimes it's a bit hard to hit the right loop ring. When you do, it's okay. And then this last one will just go in like that. And now I can, again, as always, I can just delete the top vertex and get the hole on the top. And when I tab out of it, you can see that I have actually 4 different ways of making one form. And there's no way of telling which one of these methods works the best. It depends on what you want to do.